Hey there, my name is Sarah. I am the owner of Uncapped Creations and I design graduation caps year-round. This is for my 2025-26 graduates. If you're a graduate in between then, you want to watch this video because I'm going to show you how to fill out, literally step by step, my graduation cap application. There are 5 pages to this application and we're going to go through all of them right now. You cannot move on from this page until you've checkmarked all of them, so I highly recommend reading them because they're important to this year. First one says, I understand that I may not get my design a refund or receive any type of communication if Sarah's detained by ICE. Unfortunately, I do have to give this warning because I live in Los Angeles and the way that I look, there could be a chance. On to the other terms and conditions. I understand that filling out this graduation cap application does not secure my spot on the schedule. It just means you filled it out. That's it. I understand if I miss any emails or do not respond to any emails, I will be skipped. I understand it is on a first come, first pay, first email basis. If I wait to send my deposit, I may not have a spot. As soon as you get a respond email from me, I highly recommend that you send that deposit. I understand I need to send Sarah a reply email letting her know that I have sent the deposit. I understand by not replying that I have sent the deposit, I may lose my spot. You have to send an email back to me letting me know that you have sent the deposit so I can check on my end and then finally secure your spot. That's why it's on a first come, first pay, first email basis. I understand the $25 deposit is non-refundable. Lastly, I understand that if I do not respond within my scheduled week and I'm still interested, I will be charged a $50 late fee per week for my design to be done outside of my scheduled week. I have you in a specific slot for a reason. If I push you to any other week, that means that I am now filling up another week with other graduates who I have prioritized their design for that week. On this page, you're going to tell me all of your specific information. So you're going to tell me your name, any pronouns, and the pronouns are meant for the video. Don't be disrespectful when it comes to the pronouns. If you don't want to fill it out, don't fill it out. But if you act stupid, I'm going to deny you. The next one asks, who is this design for? You can either select yourself or if it's for someone else. Obviously, you have to give me an email, but I highly recommend you give me a non-school email because I notice I do get a lot of issues when it comes to school emails. You don't have to fill this next part out, but it does help me in the long run. So you can tell me your school, your major, or any specific area of focus that you plan on studying. Once you scroll down, it's going to ask for your address. Obviously put the street number and the street name. Where it says unit, space, and apartment number, that is only specifically if you have a unit, space, or apartment number. Don't put the same address in that same area. Go ahead and give me your city, your state, and your zip code. If you happen to be out of country, please include that as well. When you're done with page 2, go ahead and press next. This page is solely dedicated to the graduation cap design itself, so please be specific as possible. The first question is going to ask, when do you need it by? I highly recommend putting your graduation photo date, but if you don't have that yet, maybe like a couple weeks before your actual commencement ceremony. It then asks what color is your graduation cap. Put the actual color, like your actual color of your graduation cap. If you don't know what color it is, look it up on Google. Then it's going to ask the background to your design. So if you want it to be the same color as your graduation cap, go ahead and select that. Or if you want like a themed background because you want like a full design, let's say it's like a landscape or maybe just a sky with clouds, that kind of thing, then you would put a themed background. Next is going to ask, do you want a topper or do you want it directly on your graduation cap? If you want a topper, it's going to ask if you want a printed topper, which means it's just printed, so it's going to be a digital printout, no painting involved. You could have a glitter topper where this one includes a glitter background with a bunch of glue-ons. You can do a hand painted topper where I'll be painting on the cardstock square, or if you want a fully rhinestoned graduation cap topper. However, if you want it directly on the graduation cap, you also have options where you can do a complete glue-on, you can have it all painted, or if you just want it all rhinestoned. If you select it directly on the graduation cap, you have a few options on how you're going to get a graduation cap to me. You can either A, send me your graduation cap that you get from your school. But let's say you can't do that, you can send me one from Amazon. But if you don't want to do that either, I have graduation caps on hand, but it will be an additional $15 charge. The next question asks your main quote, and this will be the biggest, most largest quote on your graduation cap. As for the subquote, this is the smaller phrase that tends to be right underneath it or maybe on the sides. They're just short, they're simple. A common theme I've noticed throughout the years is that people like to include people, pets, and characters, and what I mean by that, it could be your family members, it could be you, it could be your dog, it could be a character like Stitch. So just let me know how many of those people, pet, or characters that you plan on including. Please include yourself in this number. There are 6 different options in which I can draw or paint your person, pet, or character, so just select which one is the style that you're kind of interested in. At the very bottom, you're gonna see describe them in detail. I need you to give them to me in detail as if I'm fucking stupid. I'm gonna need hair color, I'm gonna need hair type, I'm gonna need skin tones, I'm gonna need what outfits are they wearing, what color, like please give it to me all. Many grads like to add bows, so I decided to add this section to let me know what kind of bow do you want. If you select yes, you're gonna go ahead and let me know what color do you want that bow. There's also 2 ways to attach the bow. You can have it on the bottom corner, or you can have it right behind your head. And then I give you space so you can tell me exactly how you want the bow designed. So in this section where it says design in detail, I'm gonna need you to explain it exactly how you want it to look like. I want you to think ChatGPT. So whatever you would type into Chatty, I want you to put in here. And here I have where you can upload any kind of photos. You can upload as many as you want. So just tap it so that way you can select from your camera roll and then upload them. Now where it says your story, I love to include your story. So you can be as descriptive as possible. Just note that I will be pulling some details from this for the video. Lastly, it's gonna ask if you wanna ship or if you wanna pick up. My pickup location is in the city of Whittier, California, so if that is near you, I highly recommend picking up because it's free. However, if you are shipping, as I do ship nationally and internationally, just let me know what option you would like for shipping. On this page, it talks about the deposit specifically. I have 4 bits of information that I want you to understand. The payment method that you choose, I assume, is going to be for your deposit and your final payment, but if you want to change it for your final payment, that's okay too. It is a minimum of $25, but if you want to send more to make your final payment even smaller, I highly recommend you do so. This $25 not only secures your spot in a very high intense time when everyone's trying to get their design done by me, but it also comes with a sketch of your design. Now, a change from last year, I'm not taking PayPal this year. But if you do Zelle, I will give you standard free shipping. The payment methods that I accept are Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay, and card. Now this is super important. I'm gonna need you to read it and then read it again. It says, you will be sending over your deposit after your application has been approved. Then I need you to check mark the box, which says, I understand I will be sending the deposit after my application is approved. This page you don't have to fill out, but it does help me in the long run. The first question says if you're a new customer or returning customer. If you happen to be a returning customer, I would love to know what you bought from me before. Obviously, how did you hear about me? Then I ask, where do you get your main info from me? I then want to know, what's your main form of content consumption, so that way I know how to curate my own content. And lastly, what device did you fill this out on? Once you've clicked submit application, you're officially done, and you should have gotten an email stating that your application was submitted. If you did get that email, great, just go ahead and play the waiting game and I should be responding to you shortly. If you did not get that email, that means you probably either A, inputted an incorrect email, or it may have gone to spam or junk, so please go check that. Okay, that is officially the entire application process for the 2025-2026 graduation cap application with me at Uncapped Creations. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Okay, bye!